back, if I can find my paper, what I'm doing. Okay, I am back with Jammin Stars. Oh, let me turn my light on. I guess that would help, huh? With the Jammin Stars quilt from Pastry Shop Quilts. It is a 64 by 64 inch square. I'm actually working on these borders right there. So I wanted to jump on it. So I did go ahead and so you're doing flying geese. And one thing I like about this is they measured, you're going to cut these larger than these, which I like. And I'll show you why in a minute. But I went ahead and did one side of 16 of them. I still had quite a bit to go. And I was like, you know what? I need to get this going. So I'm doing this. But I went ahead and did one side and I pressed it towards the light. And now I am just, these are, I've already trimmed these right here. And so all I'm doing is trimming a 1/4 inch from my seam. I was doing it over there. Normally I just cut with my scissors, but because I have so many, it's just to me a little bit quicker to do it this way. And I don't trim the tops of them yet. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me move it up just a little bit. I'm not trimming the tops yet, and you'll see why. But I love that the pattern calls to make these bigger. So I have like kind of divided them. I figured out to do 16 at a time. For me, at least. So I'm not sitting here just sewing. I can do 16 at a time because my neck will sometimes start bothering me. And sometimes I gotta take a break. So at least I can get, okay, let me get this one stack done and then I can take a break. So, okay, this is my last one. Okay. And I haven't been like sewing the or like using my glue on these because I have got so many of these. I mean, I have this stack to do and then this stack. I mean, I have all of these to make half square triangles. And if I use my glue on all these, I'm going to use it all. So you just match, of course, you know, I hope y'all can see that. Yeah, match your corners. And see, it's going to hang off, but that's what you want. I was like, you know what? I need to get these done. I have waited too long. I've been doing everything else. I need to get in here and just sew. I'm ready to get this quilt done so I can get it together. It looks so pretty. And these, I'm not so worried about stitching one stitch. As long as I hit the corner to corner, I'm okay because these do hang over a tad. So I'm okay with not doing a stitch line over like I normally do. I also got my fabric in for that 70s style that I showed some of y'all, the little sew along we did a couple weeks ago. I'm just trying to figure out now how I'm going to incorporate that without being too noticeable. I'm not sure. And I may not. I may just save the jelly roll for something else. I could always do a vintage blossoms quilt with it. I may just sew my little pinwheels together and then I at least have that border. It's one reason why I bought that is because that 5 yards of fabric, that was a really, really good deal. So I got like 7 yards of fabric and a jelly roll for 70, what did I say, 75? You can't beat that. So I may just sew my little pinwheels together and add those in. I may have to trim my little pinwheels down quite a bit because I think the end hangs over quite a bit. So I need to measure my first one to see how big it is and measure my quilt to see how wide it is. That way I kind of know what to trim my pinwheels down to. I may only need to trim them down 1/4 inch or something. I've kind of been MIA. I haven't sewn as much as I've wanted to. But this is one reason why I do this in batches of 16 because, well, like I said, you can get, okay, I'm going to sit down and do 16 of them. And then I can get up and do something else. Come back, do 16 more, get up, and get something else done. It kind of just helps me just, not get so obsessive over it. And I am not a big fan of flying geese blocks. So I'm trying to get laundry done, but my washer is so slow. So it's like, okay, I have like an hour in between my stuff. I wish I could move y'all over to where my ironing station is with my little cord on my. I need to buy a wireless ring light, I guess. So I'd like to move y'all over there to see, while I'm pressing. Oh goodness. And I know I have not done any more Simply Homemade videos on Tuesday. I need to. I've got fabric to do them. But I'm telling y'all, that's kind of got a little crazy. I saw Walmart has a serger, and I'm thinking about getting him one. Another reason why I haven't done it is because I have something to do with all that flannel. But I think I want to get a serger. But then I'm like, not everybody has a serger. So I thought about doing some with the sewing machine. That way, if everybody that don't have a serger can just use a sewing machine. I really want a serger. It's a little brother, and it's like it's under 200. It says like $160. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna press these towards this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Damn it dropped. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna start trimming. Then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let me trim the excess off. Can y'all see that? Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was, what was I saying? Oh my goodness, I've already forgot. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. I don't remember what I was talking about. I was sitting there trying to remind myself not to forget about it while I was stitching these. Or pressing these. I just didn't want y'all to sit there and be watching nothing the whole time. Now I forgot what I was saying. Dadgummit. Get my other stack over here. And what I think I'm going to do is I may turn it all around to show this next part after I get done trimming these. And normally I trim with my scissors, but this is just easier doing it with so many of them. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy until I watch this video back and see what I was talking about. It's going to drive me bonkers. Okay, let me put all these in my little bucket. You know that little bucket you got in your sew sampler, the little fabric one? I put all my little scraps in there, and it is perfect. Okay, let me move some of this real fast. I'm going to move some of this stuff around so I can show y'all. Okay, I'm going to spin y'all around, so close your eyes. Okay. That's my phone case. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have all these, okay, and so you see how it is probably about a ½ inch bigger. These are going to be trimmed down. And I can't tell you the specifications because you need to buy the, pattern. So what I'm going to do is I have a 3x6 Flying Geese block lock. And this actually works out perfect. And of course, mine's not as big, but I can just trim that off right there. Make sure that it's, because it should be, yeah, it's like 2.5. It's a little bit shorter, but that right there, that block lock, I love these, love these. And then I just trim off that top right there. I want to buy more of these rulers because they are so amazing. I love them. So if you have one that's, I mean, it needs to be at least probably 4.5 by 2.5 or something, yeah, something like that. But this actually, I mean, it's a 3-inch by 6-inch finished block. So, but it works perfectly for this. I was hoping, I was like, I hope this, the one I have will work. And it does. Maybe you don't have to have one this size. As long as you can cut off what needs to be cut off at the top, you're good. But I did cut one and try it out before I cut all my other blocks. Take a minute. Just to make sure. But this right here just makes it so much easier because you are supposed to trim them down. And I don't mind doing these flying geese as much because of how she has written her pattern. I love any time that you have to do something like that that's oversized. That way, that's one thing I like Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop, I noticed does that with some of her stuff. And I absolutely love it. I'd rather have to trim down and make it really pretty than be too short or, you know, not enough. And I'll also, when I go to, see, look how quick that was. When I go to put these on, I will also video all that. But if you have one of these that'll work, I highly suggest that. It makes it so much easier. So these 16 are ready. I have these 32 and then these. So all of these are ready. And I still have a big stack to go. Nope, the girls, her little friends over for a little while and they just went outside. So all of these multi-blocks, the squares and the blocks, they are going to be all the inside. If you can see that all of the inside, like the corners and then the borders are all scrappy. These and these are all going to go on the outside of the blocks. So there's a lot of things I gotta finish making. It's gonna be so pretty though when it's done. So what I do is I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then I'll just get a stack of these. I don't really care about those. And that way I do 16 and 16. So these are the flying geese. If y'all want to see more, if y'all want to see me make more of these, let me know. I just kind of did them halfway, so the video wasn't going to be too long. But if y'all want to see me make more, just comment below and I will. This is what I'm solely going to be working on today. I need to get these done because I've got all these to do. And then the cornerstones, I think they're pretty easy. I think they're just half square triangles, if I remember. I gotta pull the pattern out, but I think they're just half squares. But anyways, this is actually, the stars were really quick. This is a little time consuming just because there's so many of them, but they're really easy. I believe you can buy this from you might be able to buy this box if they still have it, but pastry quilt shops, I'll post them. I'll link their shop down into the description box, and if I can find the pattern and the box for this, I'll link both of them down in the description box. There's probably going to be there's for sure going to be one, there may be two, possibly three links. That way for y'all. I cannot wait until the next box in a few weeks. I really, really like Pastry Quilts, Pastry Shop Quilts subscription box. It's every 6 weeks, and I really, really like it. To me, it's worth the money. You get a ton of fabric, and a few little treats. But she also, if I'm remembering correctly, she also, I think she writes. I think she comes up with all her patterns. I could be wrong. If I am, somebody corrects me, but I want to say she comes up with a lot of her patterns herself, and I like that because I like the uniqueness of it. But yeah, it looks like these are half square triangles, all the little corners. So anyways, I'm excited to get this done. So I was like, you know what, today I'm going to work on this. I need to finish working on my chickens quilt. I haven't worked on it in a while, and I'm trying to get caught up on a bunch of things, and that's why I'm like, I need to get this done. That way I can work on my chickens quilt, and then I'm wanting to get started on a few other ones. But there's that sugar cookie cake from Lori Holt. Not sugar cookie cake, it's a sugar cookie quilt, I think, something like that. I bought several years ago, and I want to get started on that one. That one won't take me long, but I want to get it done because it's quick and easy, and I want to get it done and get it out of the way. A few of y'all commented on one of my videos about what thread y'all use for quilting on your machine, so thank you. I may get a few of them and try them out myself. I kind of like, and I can't say the word, but it's the multicolored corrugated or whatever thread. That's the multicolor. I like using that if I can. I like the different colors. And but I like my threads to kind of blend in. This quilt, I'm going to use a light, probably a light thread. I don't know if I'll do this myself or send it. I'm not sure. I need to actually call that quilt shop out in Athens and ask them how everything's going, because I haven't heard anything from them since I dropped it off a few weeks ago. But anyways, with this being a lighter color and has a bunch of white, I may use like something that matches the background. If I even do this, I don't know. And when I do piece my own, when I do quilt, there's going to be very simple straight lines. Like, I don't do any of that fancy stuff yet. I want to try to get some templates that are more on the fancy side, but I will have to like sandwich my own pieces for samples or do little small stuff just to kind of practice. But anything for my like quilt tops, I will be doing just simple plain Jane stitching, just like this quilt that we did a couple weeks ago, the Jelly Roll quilt. It will be just straight lines, and I like to kind of stitch on each side of the stitch line. I like to do that, so it may be something like that. I don't know, but we'll see. But I want to get better about doing it on my machine. And I follow one lady on YouTube, and I can't remember her name, but I do follow her on YouTube, and she quilts, I think, on her machine. So anyways, I'm wanting to do more of that. So anyways, let me know if y'all want me to show more of these blocks, but I have a feeling that, I mean, y'all know how to do flying geese, and once you've seen one, you've seen all. I just wanted to cut this video in half and already have half of it done, and then y'all can see me do the other half. That way it's not, whatever. So anyways, I will have the link to the shop down in the description, and I'll try to find the link for this pattern and possibly the box. This right here shows you everything you need. You need 32 10.5-inch squares, 5/8 of a yard of border fabric, 4 1/4 yards of background fabric, 7 binding strips, and 4 yards of backing fabric. I do not have my backing fabric or my binding strips. I normally will get those after. And what I'll probably do, I'm not sure what I want my binding at. I don't know if I'm going to use the same or if I want to use something else, kind of like she did. She did the it looks like she did this as the binding, the gingham. So I'll worry about that later. Right now I'm trying to worry about, and that's just me, I always get my binding and my backing fabric after the fact and then make up my mind, because normally I try to let my border and my binding match. That's just me though. Sometimes I like to do that. So sometimes, every once in a while, I'll do different, but for the most part, I like it to match my border just because it kind of brings that border around. So anyways, this is a 64-inch square quilt top. I guess if you wanted to make it one row longer, you could, just to make it a little longer. I think 64-inch square is it's a decent size for me. It'd be just a little lap quilt and throw it over on the back of my couch. This is going to be a really pretty springtime, spring summery type quilt I'll probably put on my couch. So anyways, I'll try to have all those links down in the description box. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will have another video when I start piecing these together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my blocks up on my design wall and then figure out, before I start sewing these together, figure out which ones I want where. That way I can make sure all of my colors are somewhat scattered out and hopefully not have too much on one. So it'll be kind of all random. I can be a little bit whatever about that. I won't have much variety in this because I only have a few. You see, I only have a few scraps, and then these are all the same. If anything, I do have a decent stash of this, because some of this came in with when I was doing the Fat Quarter, the Moda Fat Quarter Monthly Club from Fat Quarter Shop. So if anything, what I'll do is pull from my stash. As a matter of fact, I think I'm about to sign back up with them since I quit the Sew Sampler, and I'm going to probably do one more quilted cow box, and then I was like, I want to see the next box they have, and then I may just cancel that one. And it's not that it's a bad box. It's a really, I just don't need as many notions and as many of the goodies, and I'm trying not to get cluttered back up. So, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do the Jolly box from Fat Quarter Shop either, because I was disappointed in the Boo box for the price it was and the amount of fabric you didn't get. I was expecting to get more fabric, and like the 4th of July box, the Liberty box, I was really happy with. You got some good. This one, I mean, it has some good stuff in it. Don't get me wrong. I just, not for the price I paid. I wasn't really happy about that. So I'm not sure if I'll get the Jolly box or not. And I was looking, and I'm trying to talk because there's so much, but I did see that Missouri Star, you can still buy their advent box. I keep going back and forth because it's $189 and some change. So I'm not sure if I should do that or not. I was kind of looking back at last year's box, and they had a lot of cute stuff in there, but a lot of the stuff I'm like, is it worth me spending almost or about $200 on this just to, so it's kind of fun. I know people do it for the fun of it, but to me, is it worth it? So I'm still kind of on the fence about that. So anyways, let me know if y'all have watched this video this long, let me know if y'all are doing the Jolly box or not. So anyways, I will I'll talk to y'all soon. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all happen to want me to video me doing more of these. Just let me know. If not, it's no big deal. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.